This is the next episode of my XR Weekly News. We are in week 16, 2026. So I'm feeling really good. As last week, I'm feeling really good. The weather here is like medium, like 16 degrees Celsius. So many people are outside, but don't forget to play VR sometimes. That's really cool, you know. So why am I so happy? I don't really know. I think like my channel is not doing well in the German channel, and this one is okay. It's doing pretty good. Not much. But still doing pretty good. But I think, like, did you see the content on my channel in the last month or so? Like, I switched more to PCVR, right? Because, like, you saw the news about Meta leaving VR gaming pretty much. Not so many games are there sponsored by Meta or however you that call. And now I try to switch more to PCVR because that's where the channel started with 2016 with HTC Vive and all that things. And now when I see, like when I played Meta Quest games, so they, you know, I'm a fan of nice graphics since the beginning. Since I was a child, I always had the newest stuff. Always newest graphics card, and I played everything on maximum settings, always on PC. And then Meta Quest came, and like everything went to casual and like graphics that are not so nice, you know. And that made me a little bit sad. So I still love Quest stuff, yeah, that's not the thing, but when I now look at the cool PCVR, especially like the VR mods or so, Unreal Engine Easy Injector, perhaps you've seen the video, and or this week I also made the video about EXD, Extra Dimensional. Did you see that? Wow, I was so blown away. Like, this is VR, what, in my opinion, PCVR, yeah, this is VR. The really nice graphics and the crazy physics and so on, this is where I get really immersed. And not in the 100,000th shooter thing on Meta Quest, yeah? Like, that's why I'm feeling so happy, because I tried a lot of more PCVR things. I hope that's fine for you if I show more PCVR on my channel now because of the situation. And also I love to show that. Yeah, that's perhaps why I'm so happy. But still, of course, guys, on this channel, I show everything. Like, still, of course, Meta Quest things, of course, newest updates and all the things, if they are good games. But also PCVR right now. And I also try to show the others, like PlayStation VR 2. But the thing is, there is no game on the PlayStation VR 2 that was not already on other platforms. That's why there is no content PlayStation VR 2 on my channel. Doesn't make sense to me. But if there will be a developer and that tells me, okay, I have an exclusive key for a PlayStation VR 2 game, only on PlayStation VR 2, of course I will show it on the channel. But this doesn't happen. It never happens in the last 2 years. So yeah, but I still try to show everything, yeah? Also smart glasses, everything. And that's what I really love. So, sorry for the long intro, but sometimes I want to talk a little bit. Everything about XR hardware, games, releases and sales. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go.
VoodooDE.
Okay guys, let's start with Green Hell VR. So perhaps you know that this survival game is mainly on Quest and PlayStation VR 2 updated, and the PC VR version didn't get so many updates. And the reason is that the development is similar on Quest 3 and PlayStation VR 2. They say it's a little bit more difficult to handle the PC VR version, but they will change that now because they have a roadmap for 2026 now. And you see here in summer, the PlayStation VR 2 will also be ported to PC VR. That means all missing updates especially the co-op function will also be integrated into the PCVR version. And this is the main thing that was missing in the PCVR version. So this is another example that PCVR is absolutely not dead. The other way around, it's just raising again, and that's really good. So yeah, if you're into Green Hell VR and survival games, you should definitely check that out, because we all know that the PC VR version of all VR games looks best in all cases, if you have a good PC, of course. So I'm looking forward to that. So guys, last week I reported about the new 2 games by X-Real Games. The first one we already know, Zero Caliber Frostbite. This is a mix of like arcade and realism shooter, something between that. And now we have the other one announced. COVR is the name, and this is a hardcore tactical VR military simulation. COVR, guys. And they write something about this. This is really, you have consequences if you don't check out your environment and so on. It has CQB, so close quarter battle. So everything is also very, you have to keep everything in mind. Your environment also really cool. You will be able to play it co-op, but also solo, which I really love, because I also love to play solo games. Yeah, sometimes it's really cool. We have very realistic weapon handling, and also the enemies, the AI of the enemies should be really dynamic and so on. I'm absolutely looking forward to that, because after Onward, there was not so much what hardcore tactical sims belong, right? And I love it. I love Onward because, you know, I'm not the fan of this hardcore action, like everything, bullets flying around and wave shooter. This is not my kind, but this and Onward was really cool, so I'm looking forward to that. In this article of Upload VR, that's as always linked in the description of this video, you will find a link to the sign up form if you want to sign up for this game. It will be released somewhere in 2026, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And also some news from the announced Payday Aces High. Many people love that game. I also love Payday. And we have different news now. For example, yeah, it's from Fast Travel Games, you know that. It will be released on Quest 3 and PCVR. They talked about PlayStation VR 2, but they don't promise to bring that on PlayStation VR 2. We have cross-platform. We need internet connection. We can play it co-op and solo. We have different characters, of course. There's also a story. We have our safe house. There's a replayable part. So like, it's worth to replay the levels, because they are a little bit randomized. And we only see our hands, we don't see our full body. Some people don't like that, I know. We can play seated and standing. We can manually reload or just push a button to reload. It depends on you. We have different comfort options like smooth turn, snap turn. We can also enable a vignette. We have 4 types of weapons, for example, pistols, or SMGs or so. We also have modifications like laser pointer or so. We can do different options on our characters, like new masks, outfits, hand shoes, or something like gloves. And we have different enemies, like for example, shields, bulldozers, snipers, and so on. And in the future, there will also be like DLCs or new heists or community events. This is gonna be awesome. So there's no release date yet, but we can already wishlist that on Steam and MetaQuest. I'm totally looking forward to that. I will absolutely show it on my channel when it's released. So guys, this is crazy. So for example, you saw my video like a month ago. I had a device where you could smell virtual reality. So for example, if there was a virtual coffee, there was a cartridge that spits out like coffee smell, and you could smell it. But now they are researching. The problem was you need cartridges, you don't have many different smells and so on. And now they are developing something that transfers the smell to the skull directly, not through your nose, to the skull with ultrasound. So you don't need any cartridges or any other device. Just you could integrate that into your VR headset. That's freaking insane. I can't believe that. Yeah. So I really hope this will be the future. I mean, of course, they are just starting the researching. This will not be next year and also not in 2 years. But in the future, perhaps we will be able to smell virtual reality without any additional devices or cartridges. Wow. Wow, very nice news for PlayStation VR 2. I mean, the news is that the flight simulator will support the PlayStation VR 2 next week. But as always, like on the PC, on PCVR, we have this update since a long time. And it's crazy that everything on PlayStation VR 2 is released much later. I don't understand that, but I mean, it's okay. If you have the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 5 Pro and a PlayStation VR 2, then finally next week, there's no exact date, but in the week of April 20, 2026, you will be able to play it on the PlayStation VR 2. This is really great with the Sim Update 5. And guys, perhaps you've seen my videos. I mostly play that with the Pimax headsets because it looks insane. And you should definitely try this game. It's so much more immersive. It's so great in VR, believe me. And a bad news this week. I will not talk about this very long because I made a separate video about this week. Check it out. So the news is Quest 3 and 3S will be more expensive very, very soon. So if you watch this video on Saturday, you only have a few hours left until the prices go high on Sunday. Yeah. So for example, the most important headset, the Quest 3 with 512 gigabyte, is $100 more expensive starting on Sunday. The reason is, of course, the memory chips are very expensive. All the hardware is very expensive right now. And Meta is not the only company that raises the prices, but you have some hours left, guys. Check out the link in the description. You can support me and even get $30 game credit, but be very fast. Be very fast. When you see this video, don't think about this so long. Get in the description, buy the Quest 3 and 3S, and then you get the old price, or on Sunday it goes much higher, guys. Okay, guys, weekly survey. So last week I wanted to know about what do you think about VR ports of retro classics? And the result is exactly what I expected and what I hoped. I also chose the first one. You say, awesome, it feels like a brand new game. And I can absolutely confirm that. For example, like when I was younger, I always played on PC, even when I was 6 years old. And there were games like Duke Nukem 3D. And now, not so long ago, I made a video about the Duke Nukem 3D VR mod, and it was like a holy grail for me. I couldn't even believe it. I had goosebumps and everything. It was so cool. Yeah. And that's what I mean. It feels like a completely new game. And that's what most people say. Yeah. And some people say, okay, it's a nice nostalgic trip, but I don't want to play it through. Only very few people say I get motion sick from that. That's really good that not many people get motion sick. And some people say I want modern graphics. That's really interesting. On my German channel, it's pretty similar. Yeah. Also, many people see it as a new game. Absolutely cool. So I will continue to show cool VR ports on my channel. And the new survey for this week. Perhaps you've seen my recent videos about Castle Neuschwanstein in Germany, the virtual museum or the dance experience or so. So my question is, do you also use VR or XR for education or culture? Like I said, the virtual museum or even historical docus. or language learning or learning dancing or traveling, whatever. Is that something you are into? Then choose the first one. Yes, that's one of VR biggest strengths if you really use that often. Or do you say, yeah, okay, sometimes this is really cool, sometimes I check that out. Or do you say, I want to, but I have no idea what's good content? Then definitely go on my playlist for VR non-gaming. I have a playlist there. Check out all the things. That's really good. Or do you say, oh no, leave me alone with that. I'm 100% a gamer. Please, guys, we need more voices. Everybody, please participate in the description in the first pinned comment and make sure to participate. This is very, very important. And let's check out the releases this week. As always, you get 10% off with my coupon code VoodooDE. On all Quest games. And this week we have the Amusement, and this game is brilliant. It's an adventure puzzle game, and this uses redirected walking. That means if you have a play area of 2 by 2 meters or so, you can walk through the whole game with your own feet without artificial movement. This is brilliant. And also the game looks really great, and I absolutely recommend this to try it out. You can find a link also on my homepage, VoodooDE-VR.com, as always, and check out the game. It's great. Then on Steam we have Escape the North. This is a hidden object game, adventure puzzle game, like escape room style. And then we have Medical Simulator. We are a doctor in a combat zone and have to fix people. And then also the Amusement. Yeah, of course the PCVR version looks best. You can also try a free demo here, and that's really nice. Then we have Marrow. This is a very fast boomer shooter, arena shooter, very high speed. You can also play a demo here, and here also just one man. This is a very fast hack and slash game that you can play in VR. And then, guys, the most important thing this week, you have to check it out. Here it says coming soon, but at the time you watch this video, it should be out. EXD Extra Dimensional. This game is a freaking blast. This is PCVR at perfection. I've never seen this for a long time, and it gets close to Half-Life Alyx. So we have perfect graphics, and we have nice physics, and the environment, everything looks really great. You should definitely check it out. And I can tell you again, guys, if you don't have a gaming PC, get one. I know the prices are high, but they won't get very low in the future. So perhaps save your money for a gaming PC, because you can experience so nice games like this one here. And then we have the Parkour Simulator on PlayStation VR 2. I must be honest, I didn't try it, but it has very low rates, so be careful with that. Yeah, it's a parkour simulator, as the name says. So these were the releases this week. And let's check out the sales. There is a really nice sale by Pimax. So you will get the Pimax Crystal Super QLED. So the ultra wide with a very big field of view, the 57 pixel per degree and 50 pixel per degree for 1,459 euro instead of 1,636. This is really crazy. We can also check out the US dollars if you like. And here we have also like 1,599 instead of 1,799. This is really cool. And guys, if you also go via my link or use the coupon code VoodooDE, you get additional 2% off. So I think this is really a nice offer. It's not only for the next days, it runs a little bit longer, but make sure to go via my link. And you have another advantage, and this is a huge advantage. When you buy the headset via my links, you will also get a personal employee from Pimax that prioritizes your ticket or so if you have problems. So you will write me and I will write that to this person, and they will prioritize your problem, and that's really a huge advantage. And make sure to go via my link then. That's really, really nice. This is also for for other headsets, the OLED and Dream Air and so on. And then on, you will find it in the description, right? And on MetaQuest, we have Until You Fall, really nice action strategy, melee fighting game for $11.99. I Expect You to Die too. It's a nice escape room game, $13.99. Shop and Stuff Supermarket Simulator is for $8.99. Lost Recipes, if you want to cook old school recipes, for $4.99. Then on Steam we have Guardians Frontline. This is a really nice first person shooter. You can play it single player and co-op. 80% off. Cave Digger 2, if you want to dig a little bit, then you get it for 90% off. Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets, really nice adventure puzzle game, also for children, 85% off. And on the PlayStation VR 2, we have The Wizard's Dark Times Brotherhood, a really nice magic adventure action game. You get it 75% off. So guys, all the links I talked about are in the description. For MetaQuest, if you want to buy it, for Pimax, if you want to buy it, or the weekly survey. Please check it out. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
VoodooDE